So the second round of the US Open has just been completed and we saw some pretty crazy results, with some of the top players on tour being knocked out by players outside of the top 30. We've already got João Fonseca, Holger Rune and Casper Ruud all dropped by players ranked lower than them, and personally Alcaraz and Djokovic breezed through their second round matches, with Novak only losing one set and Alcaraz beating Bellucci in straight sets. Not only were these three guys playing exceptional, so were the Americans, with Ben Shelton taking down Carreno Busta 6-4, 6-2, 6-4. But Taylor Fritz had to put up much more of a fight against Harris. Although he lost in the first set, he still managed to get the next 3 sets, giving him the win. So as of right now, all the top seeded Americans have had a good run so far. But let's first split this video into 3 main topics: wins, unexpected losses, and predictions for future rounds. I'm also going to be making videos on each of the US Open rounds, so make sure to click subscribe to never miss out. So Ben Shelton fired into the second round, dismantling Pablo Carreno Busta in straight sets. He was already carrying that Masters momentum from Toronto, dominating with 42 winners, but Carreno Busta had the pedigree, 2-time US Open semi-finalist and as tough as they come. And so Shelton had to bring precision and control, not just power, but he still handled big moments like a veteran, saving all 5 break points in round 1 and then drilling the cross-court backhand passing shot on match point. And so he didn't just. Next, we got Carlos Alcaraz cruising into the third round with a commanding 6-1, 6-love, 6-3 win over Bellucci. But he knew that last year's early exit still lingered in the back of his mind, and so he served flawlessly, winning 86% of his first serve point and never faced a break point in the whole match. He even piled up 32 winners to just 11 from Bellucci. But Bellucci did show a spark here and there, and still Alcaraz made 70% of his net points and struck 17 break points overall. And so he stayed aggressive, kept the pressure on, and closed out the match in just over 90 minutes. But this wasn't just another stat line. It pushed him deeper into the draw and set up a showdown with Luciano Darderi, and with his serve locked in and rhythm in hand, he's not just advancing, but he has a serious chance of winning the entire tournament. In Novak Djokovic's match, he stumbled early, dropping a tight set in the first tiebreak to an American qualifier, but he still had experience on his side, and so he tightened up his game, cut down his unforced errors to just 4 in the second set, which was down from 14 in the first, and dominated the next 3 to win 6-3, 6-3, 6-1. But the American wasn't just a warm-up, he survived a 27-shot rally and hit a lashing backhand winner to take the opening set, and even battled through a nasty leg issue with a physio visit mid-match. With this, Djokovic leaned on the trademark calm and precision. He broke at key moments and put the match away in just over 2.5 hours. But this one wasn't as smooth. Djokovic admitted he wasn't as pleased with the level of his tennis and said he's trying to solve the riddle once he's on the court. Therefore, this win wasn't merely about advancing, it was about digging deep and trying to find Federer's record 3rd round appearances, and reminding everyone that even when it's not perfect, Djokovic still stands where it matters. Now let's talk about some of the unexpected losses that I was saying earlier on. So Holger Rune, a top 10 player riding some really strong form this year, even coming off a Barcelona Open title, Rune probably walked in expecting a routine victory, not a 5-set marathon. But it turned out to be an absolute crazy ride, off a tough 4th, and in the final set it boiled down to one break at 5-5. Struff broke him and quickly closed it out 7-5. Both players won exactly 159 points, and Struff even held a slight edge in first serve efficiency, 82% to Rune's 80%. And so it wasn't a shock, it was a finely balanced upset where Rune couldn't find the edge he needed. But for Rune had a 2-1 lead in sets, but from there it just spiraled. He lost the final 2 sets 4-6, 5-7. Ruud admitted post-match that he's been battling little to no confidence, especially with forehand errors creeping into his game at crucial points. João Fonseca's story isn't really an upset loss, but the 19-year-old Brazilian came through his first round with guts. It's the kind of learning that sparks much more growth, considering the fact he's only 19 years old. But given the journey he's on,